Well, welcome to another edition of Vintage Briefs. Talking about another little project that can cause some aggravation and has in the past, and my solution for it. And let's look down here on the table and I'll show you what it is. This next little aggravation deals with a wool blanket. This is an Israeli military 100% wool blanket. Well, you can roll them up, and then I did not enjoy the means I had to keep it together, so I got some webbing and got on the sewing machine and built a little holder for the thing. And this is kind of what I did. Show you a little bit of it if I can keep it somewhat in focus. And the light shining right. Anyway, just folded around and sewed that cross brace, folded around and sewed that cross brace. Put these slip-through holders on one end, sewed them up, put the X hash on them to keep them together. And then what was really giving me trouble with some of this stuff was the other end. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Should get this on here. Yeah, get it all lined up here in just a second. And get it spaced out the right distance across the way. Come on. There we go. We're getting there. Okay. Now, one of the things that was always aggravating to me was getting this webbing through the little holders here, because a square cut on the end, it was a devil of a deal to get through. So what I did, I went through and just kind of tapered the end of it. And that allows me to get that taper through, clamp up, put that little triangle through there, and we pull it through, just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. A little triangle will go through. I just snug it down, tilt that back, put the little triangle in through and pull it through, and there you have it. And there's my handle to carry my wool blanket around with, just any way I want to. And this can be. And if this is a problem with these sticking out here, all you got to do is just tug it under a little bit. That'll hold it to keep that still. And that's my solution to the problem I was having to getting my webbing through these holders, is to take an end, sew it into a triangle. Be very careful when you trimming it up that you don't cut your threads, and then it's real easy to pass through without having too many fits. Here's a picture of what I've done. Like if this were the end, square end of your webbing, and what I did, I came back, sewed here, 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 and here, across this way, up at an angle on both sides, and then sealed it off at the end. I was calling it a triangle. If you're a geometry geek, it would be a parallelogram. But anyway, I do that, and then you trim it back. Trim those parts off, and then you've got a point there. Not a real point, but a stub that you can stick through that plastic holder a whole lot easier than that square end of the web. And that was my intention, to be able to get it put together a little easier. So that's that project. Okay, there you have one more idea from Vintage Briefs. Just something I come up with, short and sweet, seems to help make the job a little bit easier. And then that's every little bit of time helps, because we're here such a short amount of time. We're briefly here, and now we're gone. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, well, please check the like button down below. And if you have a comment to leave, my ears are too big, or the shirt's the wrong color, or even change nothing about the project I just worked on. I'd appreciate some sort of thought, good or bad, and tell me what you can improve. Thank you again from Bennett's Briefs.